Welcome to Silver Bar Stacker, folks. I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying their Tuesday. That's right, folks, it's Tuesday, and we've got a few packages to unbox. I mean, we've got several packages to unbox. It's going to be a pretty epic unboxing, as one might say, but I personally think that the word epic is kind of thrown around a lot and overused, honestly, and quite frankly, it's just an inappropriate word to be using, because who are you to say that something is epic, honestly? Like, that word should be reserved for somebody to personally use when they truly believe something is epic worthy, right? Like, if it's truly blowing their mind, then I guess they could classify it as epic. But I just feel like it's almost just selfish to be like, oh yeah, this is going to be an epic unboxing, because no one, that's just like so subjective in the first place. But anyways, I digress. Why did I just spend the first minute talking about that when there's so much work to be done here? Not sure. But regardless, let's go ahead and crack open into these boxes here. Not sure what we're going to start with. Let's start with the big one here. Yeah, let's break up into this. I'm pretty sure I know what's in most of these boxes, but we'll leave that a surprise for most of you viewers. That way, I'm not ruining the surprise, right? We can all be surprised together, or at least you all can be surprised together. Might be helpful to better my angle here. We got the fiberglass tape on this one, so that's pretty awesome. This is something that I picked up. It's actually 100 ounces here. 100 ounces of Bill of Rights round sheets. So I'm pretty excited about this one. Bill of Rights, Bill of Rights, Bill of Rights. Oh, this one's broken a little bit. The seal is broken a little bit on that one. Bill of Rights. This one's still in good condition. Let's set that broken one aside. I might just crack open into that one, maybe. Include that in some of our vintage random design, bars or rounds or something, if we get a listing like that set up on the website. That might be a good idea. Another sheet of Bill of Rights rounds. Another sheet of Bill of Rights rounds. So I really like to get these for the store, because we've sold several of these, so they're pretty cool. It's a full set of the Bill of Rights rounds. Each round features one of the Bill of Rights, and they're all sealed set of Johnson Matthey rounds. So they all say Johnson Matthey and have the JM Hammer logo there on the front. So I find this to be a very cool set. So I made sure to pick up a nice lot of these so that we have them ready and in stock. Something that I was kind of hearing on a lot of these prepper channels and stuff is that, if you're running a business, make sure that you have what it is that you need for your business, because if you're reliant on suppliers and stuff like that, they may tell you that everything is fine and dandy, but in the very near future you may continue to have even worse supply chain issues. And so some may look at the way I stack is like, oh well, why are you buying so much at one time? Well, especially with vintage, these are limited supply things, and so I find it advantageous to buy as much of the vintage as I am capable of and I'm comfortable buying initially, because I feel that generics will always be available at kind of like a competitive price. And so, I've at least secured my store of value in a hard asset such as silver, and on the general marketplace, things are valued, each piece has their own value, right? So it may be harder to find an actual buyer to pay a slight premium for something that's a little bit more collectible, but ultimately if you put something up on a public auction and you really see what the true going rate of things are, you can always check and assess what the actual market value of something is. So that's why I feel that as long as I'm securing it in something, I can always then shift my stack around the way I see fit. And I feel that there's always going to be kind of generics available at a competitive price, because all these big bullion stores, they're all fighting for your business all the time, constantly. They're always throwing specials in your face, right? And so because there's always a deal available on generics, I feel like, okay, there's not always a deal available on vintage. Sometimes, a lot of times, the big bullion stores don't even carry vintage. And if they do, it might be a limited selection. And so that's why I like to go a little bit heavier on the vintage initially, within reason, right? But everybody has their own thing. A lot of people don't want to lock up their money, especially if you're trying to have a more conservative approach to stacking. Then you want to be a little bit more conservative, and you want to be a little bit more safe, and you don't want to be holding something that is so volatile in its pricing, right? Because a lot of these collectibles, they'll sell for so much, and then all of a sudden the demand goes away for them because they're not as collectible anymore. That happens sometimes with collectibles. A lot of times they don't just keep going up, right? So, but anyways, I like these Bill of Rights rounds. I find that it's a really cool set. It's a nice. If you're living in America, it's a really nice round to have, because if you were living in like Egypt or something, you might not find the Bill of Rights rounds as appealing, right? Because it has nothing to do with Egypt where you are. But anyways, I like that nice set of Bill of Rights rounds. So let's go ahead and check out what's in here. I was able to pick these up. These are duplicates. I'm really excited about this because I was able to get them from the same large store. They tend to get them from time to time because they're based in Canada, and so I'm very excited to actually get duplicates on 2 items here. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. I'll be actually adding both of these to my one-of-a-kind box. So here you see kind of like my Canadian Prospector. I also have some kind of cool one-offs here. Here's a Johnson, Matthey, and Mallory 20 gram bar, the blank back. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that's pretty low mintage. I'd have to check on that one actually. I have to do some research on that one. So let's go ahead and see what we got inside here. Let's do some research on that one actually. I'm curious. No. So I'm going to go to Johnson Matthey, and then I'm going to go to odd size because this is a 20 gram bar. So let's go down to the 20 grammers. 10 gram. 1,000 minted on this one. Pretty cool. 1,000 minted on these. Now these right here, I just kind of glossed right over them, but I'm ultra excited to be able to grab these because I have, it's my 3rd and 4th now. It's just insane, absolutely insane, because these are 250 minted, the Canadian Prospectors. This one is a nice toner on that side, and I have one of them in the original box actually as well. So this is very, very awesome. So this is the original box that it came in. So the Canadian Prospector is 250 minted. So this right here, something that I've reported to allingleart.com, and it's actually not featured there yet, but it's my third one. So now I'm really excited because now I can actually take a very close look at these. So the Colonial bars are 1,000 minted on the 1 ounce variety. I'm not sure what the 10 ounce, well, there's two different 10 ounce Colonial bars. One is more like a old machined pilaf type bar, which is really cool. That's very low mintage. I'm actually not sure on the mintage on this one. But now we have 3 examples here, right here in front of us to take a look at on the Colonial 10 ounce. So I'm really excited to pick up a third one of these. This one's got my favorite stamping there on the top. Progressively get a little bit smoother. So this is a nice pickup. Because these are unknown mintage. There's no established vintage on these yet because they're not even featured on allingleart.com yet. So hopefully they can add that. I know they have, you know, a lot of, I think they're, based off what Scully told me, their research process kind of taken a long time. So I'll have to let them know, inform them I've got one more here on our hands. So that's pretty cool. 10 ounce Colonial bar. Let's take a look here. This thing is heavy, very heavy. Let's take a look and see what we got in here. Not sure the best way to pick it up into this. I guess that's it. It's as easy as that. This is so heavy. Let's stick that here. So we got right here, we've got a Johnson Matthey 10 ounce bar. This is a TD Bank. There you go. TD Tuesday. Happy TD Tuesday, everybody. So this, I believe, is the rarer of the two 10 ounce bars. I want to say this is 250 minted, if I'm not mistaken. It's a tier 1 bar right there. I think both of the 10 ounce TD Bank bars are tier 1, but let's verify that. I'm sorry, I'm a little rusty on my mintages now. Johnson Matthey 10 ounce. Let's find the TD Bank. TD Bank, yeah, 250 minted on this one. And the other one is a slightly different variation. That one has got fine silver 999 in 3 different rows instead of 2 rows. That one's 500 minted. That's also a tier 1 bar. So any TD Bank Johnson Matthey bar that you find that's 10 ounces, tier 1. This one right here is a Johnson Matthey Scotiabank. This is one of my favorite vintage 10 ounce bars to stack, I would say, because this has a nice low mintage, but not dangerously low like a tier 1 250 minted bar. This is 10,000 minted. So there's a lot of these bars out there. There's 10,000 of them out there to be exact, some of which have been melted down, I'm sure. But this is more, it's funny to call a 10,000 minted bar a stacking bar, but when you compare it to this, it's kind of like, okay, it's a little bit more accessible, right? You can find these ones a little bit more easily. So I really like them. They're both 10 ounces of silver. The this comes at a much heftier premium. This one, in fact, is in the original seal, but I like them both, you know, I love them both. Those are two of my favorite bars to collect when it comes to the Colonial variety. And you know me, I like my pressed bars. A lot of people love their poured bars, but I just find, I'm so sorry, people think that like, okay, well, you're already buying high premium stuff almost consistently. Well, yeah, the poured stuff is even more expensive than pressed stuff. So pressed stuff, initially, it's just cheaper, generally speaking, than poured stuff. So I find it more accessible, and I like to stack a lot more pressed stuff than I do poured stuff. Do I love poured pieces? Heck yeah, I do. But I try to be very disciplined when it comes to poured pieces, because you could go down a really deep rabbit hole. As if you can't already go under a deep enough rabbit hole with pressed stuff, you can go under a crazy deep rabbit hole when it comes to poured stuff. So I really try to stay away from that, because I'm fearful. I'm fearful that I will get too much into it. Check this out. This is a 250 minted Royal Bank Johnson Matthey bar. This is another tier 1 bar. So 250 minted, 250 minted, 10,000 minted. What a huge difference. Now, when it comes to the Royal Bank bars, I love collecting them. There is very few of these out there. There's only 250 of these out there. And check this out, like, this is such a cool stamp on the back. They're all serialized. This, my friends, is probably my favorite serial number out of all the Royal Bank bars that I have. 4120, so close to 420. It's very cool. I really love the Royal Bank bars a lot. I get them anytime that I see them available. I just love them. I love the design of the Royal Bank bar. I used to love the Scotiabank bar the most, and it is still definitely one of my favorite bars. I love the Engelhard Scotiabank bars in particular because they're extremely low mintage. The 10-ounce Scotiabank bar is 250 minted, just like these two bars, whereas the Johnson Matthey Scotiabank bar is 10,000 minted. Now, when you go to the 1-ounce variety on the Scotiabank bars, both the Johnson Matthey and the Engelhard Scotiabank 1-ounce bars are 1,000 minted, so those are both very difficult to find. So I love Scotiabank, I love TD Bank, I even love the TD Bank generics, but I love Royal Bank. I love Royal Bank. So let's go ahead and see what we got over here. A 250 minted bar. I've got more of these too. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. Let's go ahead and continue to break open into these packages. Got a couple more to get through. And I assure you they are on topic. Well, there you go. Another one. This is a lower cereal, isn't it? Is it? Yep. Significantly lower cereal. And this is in the original seal, the original factory seal too. Check this out. Sequential serials. 002443, 002444. 02447. Bummer. Close, but no cigar. Now, some more. Zero 2 4 9 2 0 0 1 2 7 5. So anyways, I really like the Royal Bank bars. They're really nice. Interesting. Okay, cool. Looks like we got 12 of them. I really like the Royal Bank bars a lot. They're really nice. A lot of 10-ounce bars. A lot of 10-ounce bank bars. I really like to collect the bank bars. So TD Bank, Scotia Bank, Royal Bank. That's like a little collector pet, not a pet peeve, but just a little collector quirk with me. So a lot of collectors will have these little weird quirks, right? Silver Shark likes to obsess about the assay, lots about USVI ingots. And Jimmy Two-Tone, he commented on that video stating that he also likes to do that. So there's a few, there's some collectors out there who have these weird collector's quirks where they really obsess about small little things. So I really like these Royal Bank bars. As you can see, I obsess over them. I like to collect them a lot. Very much so, I like to collect them. It's the only one I've ever seen. I've never seen one of these. So, yeah. Serialized as well. Anyways, really excited about this one. Cheers.